Hello students, you have seen this example in our last video, and today we will learn about the return statement with their examples. Return statement is used to send back the result of the executed statement to the place where call is made. For example, in this program we have used float instead of void. It means this function will return a value of float type. So we need to use a return statement. You can see in this example, after calculating the area, return area. This statement sends the calculated area to the main method where this function is called. Now look at the main method. Public static void main a equals to 10 into 5, b equals to 20.5. Float ar equals to rectangle dot calculate area. Here method is called calculate area. Using this line you can see the value of a and b is sent to the method and it is received by length and breadth, and after calculating length and breadth the calculated area is again returned using this line to the rectangle calling statement and it is stored to the AR. After that we can display the area in main method. Arguments to the method. Generally, we can pass two types of arguments in any method, that is primitive or reference. Primitive passes the value or reference passes the reference or address of the variable. A method can be called in two different ways depending on the arguments. One, call by value or pass by value, and second, call by reference or pass by reference. In call by value method, only primitive data types are used. So, value from actual parameters are copied into formal parameters. Here there are two different copies of data. One is actual parameter and second is formal parameters. So, any changing made in formal parameter does not affect actual parameter. Look this theory in this example. In this program, change method is a example of call by value. In this example, we have received a primitive data type and display the value of the n, and after that change the value with 0 and again display the value of n in the method, and we can start the execution of this method from main method. Here you can see we have created a variable n and stored the value 10. After that we create an object cv obj equals to new cv, and using this object we have called the method change and pass the value n. So n is passed to this method. In this way it will display n equals to 10 as implemented in this comment. After that we have assigned the value of to 0. After that, of course, the value of n becomes 0, but after finishing this function, when we return back to the main method and again display the value of n, then it will display 10 because there is no any change in actual parameter. The reason behind this is there is a separate variable int n, then int n equals to 10 of main. There are two separate variables. One variable is declared inside the main and second variable is declared inside the change method. So any changing made in the variable declared in change method will not affect the variable of main method. But in call by reference method, where reference variable is used as parameter, references from actual parameter are copied into formal parameters. Since there is a single copy of data referred by both actual and formal parameter, so any changing made in formal parameter affects actual parameter. Look at this example. In this example also we made a method change, but the parameter of this method is of object type, that means reference type. Using this object we have changed the value of n to 0, but in main method when we call this method using the parameter object, and after that when we display the value of object it will shown 0, because in this case there is a single value n is declared for both object ob declared at change method and obj declared at main method. So in case of reference, call by reference, any changing made in formal parameter affects actual parameter. The classification of pure and impure methods depends on the basis of their functionality. Pure method or assessor method or getter methods are the methods that does not change the original state of an object. That means this type of methods do not change any value, whereas impure method changes the states of an object every time when it is called. Let us understand pure and impure method with an example. In this example, public class account, a data member is declared balance. Int so is a pure method because in this method there is no any changing happens. It only returns the balance. It will not change the value of balance. Whereas in next method, void deposit, that receives a parameter int amount and changes the balance. Balance equals to balance plus amount. That means balance will increase with given amount. In this way, balance is changed. So deposit is an example of impure method, whereas so is an example of pure method. Method overloading, it is the implementation of polymorphism. Method overloading is a process or technique by which we can create more than one method in a class with same name, but they have different signatures. Signatures means they have different parameters. Overloaded methods must differ in number of arguments or types of arguments or arrangement of arguments. By using method overloading, we can implement polymorphism, and if the name of many functions is same, then we will not be required to remember the function name. Now look the another example by which we can implement the method overloading. Here a class shape, one method is declared double calculate volume float s. This method returns the value in double and receives a float value. It will calculate the volume of cube and returns the calculated value. The next method is also declared as double calculate volume double R. Here the name of both methods are same, but the parameter is different. It is the float and here it is the double, and it calculates the volume of a sphere and returns. The next method have also the same method name. It returns double, but the parameter of this method is also changed. It receives three parameters of double type and returns the volume of cuboid. When we call these methods in main method, compiler automatically decides which method is to be called. Look here, shape obj equals to new shape. This line is to create object. Now when we call the method double v equals to object dot calculate volume and 5.0 f is passed, then automatically, since this is the float value, the function is called which receives the float parameter. When we call 7.0, this is the double value, so it will call automatically the function that receives the double parameter. And when we call with three different values of double data type, it will call the last method that receives the three different double values. According to this, compiler automatically decides which method is to be called, and this technique is known as method overloading. This is the last of your method chapter. In next video clip, we will describe about the constructor. Thank you.